All right, everybody, we've got Cheyenne Parker here. If you have a question for her, please raise your hand. I'll call on you. Spencer Nussbaum, we'll start with you. Go ahead.
Hey Cheyenne, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. I just want to ask about, when you go back and look at film from the last game, what sort of lessons can you take that'll carry into this game?
Well, it's definitely two different opponents. So it's it's lessons that we obviously can transfer over, like simple things like getting back in transition, matching up correctly, um, fixing certain schemes. But I think going into tonight, it's more about us focusing on us, make sure we're taking care of us, and that's just all the way around with execution, defensively and offensively.
Rafiq Lewison, go ahead.
Hey Cheyenne, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
We're fine. Yeah, not really that good of a road trip. Although, well, against the Aces, you were kind of weren't playing well, but the game before that, you did kind of hold your own against the Seattle Storm. How do you how you- how is your team managing to put together a good practice to put up a much better effort in tonight's game against the Connecticut Sun?
I mean, I just honestly, I feel like for us as a team, as professionals, we just have to kind of come together. It's easy to get into the flow, get into the, oh, it's just another game. But at the end of the day, we have to have the desire and the will to want to win. And I think as a team, if we come together and do that, then we definitely have a good chance of winning tonight and doing the things that need to be done in order to win.
Spencer, back to you.
What is a successful defensive night going to look like against the Sun, and what sort of things have the team been harping on in practice, on that end of the floor?
Basically stopping the two bigs in there. Both the Joneses, they're big, they're strong, they're long. So it's important that we shut them down the entire game. Don't let them get into their rhythm. That's our biggest defensive scheme. And as long as we do that and execute our game plan, then we should be fine.
Lee Terrell, go ahead.
Hey, Cheyenne, good afternoon. Previously, you mentioned that you're looking at using this All-Star break or the Olympic break to really work on your game and to add more things. So heading into that break over this next two games, what's something that specifically you're looking to develop? And then how does your All-Star break look with your workouts?
Well, for me, coming out of the COVID situation, it really took away a lot of the stuff that I had. Um, just my muscle index and my explosiveness, everything. Like I just completely depleted like my muscles. So I'm looking forward to having some time, having that month of no games, just being able to really train and kind of like the preseason that I had before COVID. So I'm gonna work on every part of my game from back, so I can get my quickness back and my explosiveness, just my overall strength. Just that post strength that I had. I lost a lot of weight. I lost like 12 pounds. So it was just a big backtrack. So I'm just looking at this break as an opportunity for me to work on getting my physical body back. And I think once I physically feel better, that will transfer into the game as far as just being more efficient, finishing things that an in shape Cheyenne Parker is going to finish.
Last couple of questions here. We'll go back to Rafiq Lewison. Go ahead.
I want to get your thoughts on Courtney Williams reaching her first All-Star appearance in the WNBA, and how excited are you to play alongside her compared to when before she was selected?
Yeah, it's really, I'm just super proud of Courtney. I always knew she was a special and great player. But just to be on the team with her and experience some of the really awesome and amazing shots that she's made this season, it just, shows her greatness and shows how special of a player she actually is. So it's been great to play alongside her, and I'm really excited and happy for her that she got selected.
And Spencer, back to you for the last question. Go ahead.
Yeah, I remember at the start of the season, you said, once you came back from COVID, you're around 60%, and you said you're still not exactly where you want to be in terms of physicality, athleticism. I'm just curious, at this point in time, how close do you think you are to 100%? And kind of building off B. Terrell's question, like, what is peak Cheyenne Parker going to look like after the break?
Well, that's a tough question the best way I can answer that right now is just peak Cheyenne Parker probably won't show this season at all. But I will always, give my 100%, coming back after break. There's a lot more to my story that isn't necessarily public or out yet. Not just from COVID, but just, overall with my health. And so I'm at like 85% right now. And I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure I'll get to 100% back this season, but that's something to definitely look forward to in the future, my future with the Dream. I have, I've signed a multi-year deal. So I'm looking forward to building with this organization and continuing to get better and just improving and reaching my peak physically when I can and when I'm able.
All right. Thank you so much, Cheyenne.
All right. Thank you.